We have got some interesting things going on in today's new moon, or in this month's new moon. Hello, my loves. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Leeor Alexandra. Welcome to the bee community. I almost said baby elephant. We're still baby elephants over here. On this channel, we talk about spirituality, the law of attraction, self-development, and so much more. And today's video is going to be about the new moon energy. I don't often do these updates for energies at the time. If I do, it's usually on my Instagram, on my Twitter, or in my email list, but I thought I should give it a try here on YouTube, see what you guys think about it. And if you like it, I'd really appreciate a comment or a thumbs up to let me know if it resonated with you and if you'd like me to share more of this. So today I want to talk about the June 10th new moon and Gemini energy, right? So we also have this solar eclipse energy happening right now, and I'm going to be using concepts and terms that everybody can understand. So don't be afraid. Don't cower from this video if you're not into astrology, because this is not necessarily an astrology video. I do take a lot of inspiration and knowledge from specific prolific astrologers, which I will link below to give them credit. However, I'm really tapping into the energy of the moment, more so the themes, the major themes, than the astrological placements. By the time of posting, it's going to be June 10th already. For some of you in the Northern Hemisphere, it might be the 11th already, but that doesn't quite matter because this energy is going to last for about a week or so. And by the time this is posted, it would have been already nearly 2 days that we were inside of this energy. So you might look back and put two and two together on things that happened to you and how it might have been related to the cosmos and the energy that we're currently experiencing. So that might be interesting. So without any further ado, I'm going to jump right into the 4 things you need to know about today's new moon energy. The first thing that we are encountering is something that we experience every month with a new moon, which is, of course, newness, a new cycle, renewal, refreshing, rejuvenation. And of course, you know, we can be born anew with each new moon. It's a cycle, and we have these cycles inside of us, and they transcend to the bigger picture, the collective unconscious, with the lunar cycles as well. So this is a very good time for starting something new, taking advantage of starting new things. However, there is a caveat, because while this new moon is in Gemini, which is ruled by Mercury, we are in Mercury Retrograde right now. And so that simply just brings along this caveat with it, which is that things might be a little bit backwards right now if you're starting something new. That will encompass anything that is symbolized by Mercury, such as writing, communication, sharing of information, socializing, moving, teaching, learning, sharing. Anything like that is going to be affected by this. What does that mean for you now that it's Mercury retrograde and a new moon? Should you not start anything new? Should you not do anything new? That's not what it means. We're going to continue to live our life despite the cosmological drama that is playing out in the astros, right? We're going to keep on keeping on. So how do we do that? Basically, we must simply bring in more consciousness and more awareness into anything that we do that is related to the aspects of life that Mercury rules over. So for example, if you're starting a new job, or you're signing a contract for something, maybe a lease, or a job, or anything like that, or starting anything new that has anything to do with communication, with education, with teaching, learning, sharing, moving, we're not advising that you don't do this. Just do it with awareness. Read your contracts thoroughly before signing. Think twice before tweeting, before sharing your thoughts. Consider closely what you're sharing, what you're teaching, what you're learning. And when it comes to communication, whatever big talks you have to have, just come at them with a lot of awareness, a lot of consciousness, a lot of mindfulness. Just take this as an opportunity to become a lot more intentional about your life, about how you interact with people and what you're sharing in your life. So for example, I have to renew the lease on this apartment right around that time. I'm going to still do that even though Mercury retrograde is upon us and you're not supposed to sign contracts. All you really have to do is really thoroughly look at what you're signing. Really be aware and mindful and intentional. So that's just one example. The second theme that I'm picking up on that we're seeing, of course, with Mercury and Gemini, it's the need to share, the feeling that you want to share more during this time. The Gemini Mercury energy brings a desire for sharing new ideas, new thoughts. There might be a desire for communicating more, maybe using Twitter more, your social media more, to speak out about certain things or to share certain things, right? It's a very social, buzzing type of energy. The communication doesn't necessarily have to be something deep or intense. You might just have decided that you want to start a new YouTube channel and start to share your thoughts. Things like this. You're gonna feel inspired to speak more, to share more. You'll want to meet people. You'll want to use your mind. So you meet new people and you're connecting with them on a very kind of like an analytical social level where you want to connect with the minds. It's a connection of the minds. When you are doing this, it's very important. There's another major sub-theme, I would say. And that is, sorry, the car noises outside my apartment are just crazy. That is to just go with the flow. You might experience a little bit of resistance when you're trying to share certain things. Rather than fighting against it, I just say, like, take a step back and find your flow elsewhere. Find something else to occupy you. Maybe be creative, enter flow. Maybe go for a walk, go for a workout, clean your home when you're encountering that resistance. We really want to choose the path of least resistance during this time right now. Now, the third kind of theme that I'm picking up on is a theme of delusion. And now this is because of the Neptune energy. We have a lot of Neptune energy right now. Now, as somebody who is always studying astrology and is really interested in it, and somebody who also is really ruled by Neptune, you know, I'm very idealistic. I tend to live in the clouds and I bring that into my life, and I think that it's a good thing personally. I think that I've built this beautiful, magical, intuitive, psychic life in that it really worked for me. But there is always a dark side of every one of these energies, right? On the flip side, you can live too much in an illusion. You can be too detached from reality. And that's kind of what we're experiencing here. So I went on Twitter and I wrote, astrology friends, do you consider Neptune energy to cloud our judgment, right? Neptune is represented by clouds as well, or to heighten our intuition? And all my astrology friends on Twitter, they said that it's basically both. Neptune can do both in this time. So that is something really important to think about and to understand. So Mercury is retrograde, right? So it's a little bit of destabilization in that aspect. And then also Saturn is retrograde. So authority, all these things, systems, corporations, all these things are a little bit backwards right now. But Neptune is not retrograde. So the Neptune energy is the most powerful that we're feeling right now. And what it could do is it could cloud our judgment. It could lead us to experiencing kind of like a little bit of delusion. So Neptune is our heart energy, right? It's our intuition, our creativity, it's our dreams, our psychic abilities, it's our awareness, and it's also our illusions, what we're eluded by. You might find yourself during this time in a situation where you have to choose something, where you have to think, do I go with my gut here or do I listen to other people? Do you listen to your gut or do you listen to other people? Now, intuitively, right now, I can tell you that if Neptune is heightened and if you have a very good connection with your intuition, and because Saturn, which is like authority, people who are wiser, older, more experienced, is retrograde, I would say to go with your gut, actually, rather than listening to others. However, there's a caveat here as well. While you should go with your gut, while you should trust your heart, you have to also become very aware that with all this Neptune energy, you can still experience delusion. So if our egos step in and our hearts aren't clear, we might mistake fears or suspicions for intuition, and it's not actually intuition at all. So what you do in this situation is, rather than jumping to conclusions or following your gut during this time, I recommend a lot of quietness, a lot of observation, rather than jumping to communicate your thoughts that might be under the illusion of Neptune right now. Maybe take some time to journal them out, to analyze them yourself, to sit with them, to observe, to feel them, and then take a beat, take a moment and see if you still want to share these things, or if you still feel this way. even a week later? Can you not have that fire under your butt that makes you reactive, that makes you right away be like, okay, this is what my intuition is telling me, this is, I have to act on this. Maybe don't act on it right now. Maybe take a minute to see how you're really feeling with this information, with this new intuition, with this new idea. Maybe you have this idea that you think is fantastic and you want to share it with the world. Give yourself a few days to see if you still think it's a good idea. Perhaps you have some sort of suspicion, like maybe somebody is lying to you, or maybe a partner is cheating or something like that. Don't act on it just yet. Observe, sit quietly, feel it, journal, analyze, and then take notes. And then when you feel less emotionally involved with a situation, less reactive, then you can make moves on this intuition. Just because when Neptune is so heavy, we kind of see things not so crisply, not so clearly. There's kind of a cloud. So just observe, pay attention to your dreams, to your thoughts, to your ideas, and just write them all down. Keep them to yourself until you're ready, until they've had enough time to develop and you know that it's not just a quick reactive kind of thing. The last kind of theme that I'm tapping into is the theme of choices. You might be, like I just said in the previous theme, you might be put into a position, a situation in which you have to make a decision, in which you have to make a choice. And this might feel very big to you. It might even feel like you're choosing two different perspectives in life. And if you go this way, your life will turn out one way. And if you go that way, your life will turn out a completely different way. If you can wait to make this decision, that would be best. If you can wait until this cloud of delusion kind of passes, that would be incredible. But if you can't, go with a choice that feels lighter on your heart right now. Go with a thing that feels less heavy, right? Less resistance. Again, going with the path of least resistance in this situation could be really good. You might have the chance to revisit this. If you think that you've made a mistake, once you make this decision, about a week later, you'll have a chance to revisit it and maybe make the other decision instead. Those are kind of the four major themes that I'm picking up on. However, just as a side thing, I also believe that there's going to be some sort of distraction happening around the 13th or the 14th. We're going to experience something happening in the world, and I know that's very vague because something happens in the world all the time, and especially since like 2012 we've been living in this movie like reality in which things are always happening. Things that we never expected to happen are always happening. However, it seems like there's going to be something coming out, something, maybe even something big happening around that time, and it's going to want to distract us all from our personal missions. So our challenge in this situation is to not allow it to distract us, to not allow it to divide us, and instead to look at this as an opportunity to remain on course, to use willpower, heart power, whatever it is that you need to just keep focusing on your life, keep focusing on your loved ones, your joy, on bridging gaps, on connecting with others. Keep focusing on the positive, even if this big event, whatever it might be, wants to divide us or wants to distract us. Do not get distracted by this. This is the energy that I've picked up on. If any of it resonates from the past couple of days or wherever you're watching this, whenever you're watching this, I'd love to hear your thoughts and connect in the comments. So please leave me a comment below so I know. If you want more of these energetic updates, they come to me sometimes they don't, because I have other things going on and I'm not tapped in to the cosmos as much. But when they come, there is this desire to share them. And of course, that comes with this Mercury energy that we're feeling right now. Thank you so much for watching. I love you very, very much. And until next time, keep your vibrations way, way, way up. Bye.